Life before the debt. Circus life wasn't always this way. There was a time when people worked to build something: land, businesses, assets that lasted. Generations ago, wealth meant tangible things: fertile soil, livestock, tools, and skills passed down through families. It was about creating value, not consuming it. People saved for years before making big purchases. They built homes with their own hands or invested in enterprises that would sustain them for decades. But today, most people aren't working to live, they're living to work. The modern economy has flipped the script. Instead of using money as a tool to create freedom, we've become slaves to it. Our lives revolve around earning enough to pay off what we owe, only to borrow more tomorrow. It's no longer about building wealth. It's about keeping the system running, and oh, how smoothly it runs. Work, spend, pay debt, repeat. This cycle defines millions of lives. For most, this is life until they're too old to work, or too tired to care. But who designed this system? And more importantly, why does it work so well at keeping people broke? Welcome to the modern-day debt circus. Imagine walking into a giant circus tent. It's loud, chaotic, and dazzlingly bright. Flashing lights blind you momentarily, while performers dazzle the crowd with feats of strength, agility, and illusion. You're drawn in by the spectacle, mesmerized by the promise of excitement and reward. But look closer, and you'll see the strings holding everything together, the invisible mechanisms ensuring the show goes on forever. Here's what you'll find inside. The House of Dreams. This is where people sign away decades of their lives for homes they barely spend time in. A 30-year mortgage sounds manageable when broken into monthly payments, but the reality is harsher. By the time the loan is paid off, the house might need significant repairs. Or worse, be worth less than what was borrowed. Yet society tells us homeownership equals success. So we buy bigger houses than we need, convinced they're investments, rather than liabilities. The fast ride. In this corner of the tent, shiny new cars are paraded like trophies. Dealerships offer low monthly payments and zero-down deals, luring buyers with promises of luxury. What they don't mention is the 7-year auto loan lurking beneath the surface. These vehicles lose value faster than lottery tickets, leaving owners underwater within months of purchase. Still, the allure of status keeps them coming back for more. The magic show. The pièce de résistance. Credit cards make everything seem affordable at first glance. Need a new wardrobe? Swipe. Want to upgrade your phone? Swipe. Dream vacation calling your name? Swipe again. The real trick, however, isn't how easy it is to spend. It's how long you stay in debt. Interest compounds silently, turning small indulgences into lifelong burdens. The social media funhouse. Here, appearances reign supreme. Every post is filtered, edited, and curated to perfection. Friends flaunt exotic vacations, designer clothes, and gourmet meals, giving the impression that everyone else is thriving. What you don't see are the credit card statements, the sleepless nights, and the mounting anxiety behind those polished profiles. Perception becomes reality, even if it's built on borrowed money. And in the center of it all, a giant treadmill. People run on it every day, chasing a dream they were sold as kids. Get a degree with student loans. Buy a house with a mortgage. Get a car with a loan. Build credit by borrowing more. Take vacations on credit cards. Dress for success with designer labels. Then what happens? They never stop running. The system doesn't want you to win. It wants you to keep moving, keep spending, keep owing. Because if you stop, the circus falls apart. Why you're not getting ahead? Take James, for example. He's 40, makes $200,000 a year, and just upgraded to a bigger house in a prestigious neighborhood. His driveway? A rotating showroom of leased luxury cars. His closet? A collection of high-end brands. His lifestyle? Flawless on the outside. But let's pull back the curtain. His mortgage is so big that one missed paycheck would put him in crisis. Sure, the house looks impressive during dinner parties, but James hasn't factored in rising property taxes or maintenance costs. If his income stream dries up, even temporarily, he's toast. His cars are leased because he can't afford to buy them outright. James loves showing off his latest model, but leasing means he'll never truly own anything. Each car loses value faster than he can drive it off the lot, leaving him perpetually dependent on financing. His retirement savings? Next to nothing. Despite his six-figure salary, James prioritizes immediate gratification over long-term security. Retirement feels distant, almost abstract, compared to the thrill of driving a BMW or wearing a Rolex. His vacations, watches, and gadgets? All funded by credit. James tells himself he deserves these luxuries after working hard all year. What he doesn't realize is that he's trading future freedom for fleeting pleasure. James doesn't own wealth. He rents the appearance of wealth. Now meet Lisa. She earns half of what James makes, but she lives in a modest, paid-off house. Her car is a 5-year-old Honda, owned outright. She doesn't have designer brands, but she has 6 figures in savings. If James loses his job, panic. If Lisa loses hers, she takes a 6-month vacation. So, who's truly wealthy? The debt virus. How the system keeps you. Hooked debt isn't just numbers in a bank, it's control. It dictates what jobs you can take, how much you can risk, and even how you plan your life. Think about it. If you have a huge mortgage, you can't afford to take a lower-paying job you actually enjoy. Your dream of starting a business or pursuing creative passions remains exactly that, a dream. The weight of your obligations forces you to stay in a soul-sucking career. If you're buried in credit card debt, you can't afford to take time off for your mental health. Burnout becomes inevitable. Stress builds. Relationships suffer. All because you couldn't resist the siren call of instant gratification. If your car payment consumes your paycheck, you'll stay in a job you hate just to keep driving it. Freedom feels like a pipe dream when your financial obligations dictate every decision you make. Debt steals your choices before you even realize they're gone. It traps you in a golden cage, convincing you that comfort and convenience are worth the price of freedom. The Great Escape. Breaking free from the illusion. So how do you stop playing this game? By choosing a different path entirely. One that prioritizes substance over style, freedom over facade. Forget looking rich, focus on being free. True wealth isn't measured by what you display. It's measured by what you possess. Financial independence gives you options. It allows you to say no to things that drain your energy and yes to opportunities that excite you. Stop financing things you don't need. If you wouldn't buy it in cash, you probably can't afford it. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Will it add lasting value to my life? Or am I buying it to impress someone else? Delayed gratification is a powerful antidote to impulse spending. Build real security, not with things, but with time, options, and savings. Emergency funds aren't sexy, but they're essential. Having cash reserves provides peace of mind and protects you from unexpected setbacks. Time is your greatest asset. Use it wisely. Invest in assets, not appearances. A growing bank account beats a shrinking paycheck every time. Focus on acquiring income-generating assets. Stocks, rental properties, side hustles. These will serve you far better than depreciating liabilities like cars and designer handbags. Because at the end of the day, true wealth isn't about money, it's about control. Control over your time, control over your choices, control over your future. The world doesn't want you to be free. It wants you to stay entertained in the debt circus. The question is, will you keep running, or will you step off the treadmill? Freedom isn't flashy. It doesn't come with bells and whistles or social media likes, but it does come with something far more valuable: peace of mind. So ask yourself, are you building a life you love, or just performing tricks for an audience that doesn't care?